The other day I was looking at all the different Power Rangers seasons and I found something really interesting. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is still the longest running Power Rangers series of all time. And even today, when 2 seasons of the show would equivalent to about 44 episodes. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ran for 3, they had a mini-series and aired nearly 150 episodes. So imagine an alternate universe where Mighty Morphin Power Rangers aired like it did in August of 1993, but ended 3 months later, not even making it to Christmas. Well, that nearly happened. Yo, what's up everybody, it's Este here, and we're gonna talk about Doomsday. Not the apocalypse that will destroy our world and all the worlds around us. Doomsday, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode. You know that feeling when your favorite kids action show is gonna have an amazing finale when the title is literally something threatening? Doomsday. They might as well should have called it Death and Destruction at this point. But nothing is as more epic as Doomsday, the 2-parter Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episodes 39 and 40 respectively, airing November 29th and 30th of 1993. But despite the threatening title, this is no finale episode at all, because the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers would continue running into episode 60 and beyond, having 2 more seasons after that. So why the scary title? Regardless, somehow, this episode did feel like a finale in some way, as we see the city of Angel Grove celebrating the team of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But our favorite villain, Rita Repulsa, would take this opportunity of the town's reunion to make her boldest move yet, transporting the entire city's population of Angel Grove to a dimensional vortex, where they're pretty much stuck. She would go on to unleash a mighty stronger villain than herself, that being Lokar, as well as the first War Zord, the first evil Zord in Power Rangers history ever, Cyclopses. And we could see Rita Repulsa overpowering our team of Power Rangers, nearly destroying their Dinozords for good. So what could this team of heroes do next? Well, if you think destroy Lokar and Cyclopses in the next episode and continue to be Power Rangers until season 3, that is exactly what happened. But we're not here to talk about what happened in this episode or after this episode. We're here to talk about what could have been. Because believe it or not, this episode was originally going to be the final episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And maybe not just that, but also the final episode of Power Rangers as a whole. Now, if you remember in a previous video, I talked about different unaired Power Rangers episodes. And in that video, we looked at some scripts of some episodes that ultimately, for one reason or another, were never produced. Well, the person that has all of those scripts, Sir Stack, actually has the script for the final episode of Power Rangers, more specifically Doomsday Part 2. And if you read the script, you can realize that the episode stayed the same for the most part. But there are some small but big changes to certain characters, as well as quite the different ending. I do have to mention though, if this is your first time watching, by the way, I'm Este, this is a Power Rangers channel. We talk about Power Rangers over here. Subscribe and ring the notification bell to join the E-Squad, the best nation on all of Power Rangers YouTube. And speaking of the E-Squad comment of the day, leave a funny comment, put E-Squad in it, and who knows, you'll be in a future video. The first big change, Rita had a son. And no, I'm not talking about Thrax from Operation Overdrive, that wouldn't happen until 2007. But Bubba, who was originally called Kai in the Sentai Origin series Jew Ranger. He was going to be the one that would have piloted Cyclopses instead of Goldar to go against the Power Rangers. Since we didn't have the scripts for Doomsday Part 1, we don't really quite know how they would have introduced this character, as he was quite short-lived anyways, only having a few scenes. But Bubba would always be with the powerful Cyclopses, being able to take down the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as well as their Dinozords. Now personally, I found this crazy because, you know, we didn't really get to Rita's family as much in the first season. We got into that quite later, you know. We saw her marry Zed, and then we saw Rito come in the picture, Master Val came in the picture. So if we would have got this in season 1 in the end, it would have been quite cool. The second change would be some info dumping, some exposition from Zordon and Alpha 5. While the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were in the command center waiting for their Zords to recharge, Zordon and Alpha would give them more info on their original battle with Rita Repulsa over 10,000 years ago. And now in 2022, we're lucky enough to learn all of Zordon's backstory with the Power Ranger comics, but back in 1993, Power Rangers were kind of one-dimensional in a way.
It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Here's our Rangers, here's our villains, Zords, they're also toys. Let's play.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
Apparently, when Zordon had captured Rita in the space dumpster, it wasn't the proper way to defeat her, as it was only a temporary holding spot until she would potentially escape once again, as Zordon and Alpha lacked the schematics of what they actually needed. So yeah, Zordon knew himself that Rita in the space dumpster wasn't the best way to defeat her, and that she would have come back once again. I guess that's why he had some Power Rangers ready to defeat her when she came back. But speaking of Rita, the Moon Palace also comes to Earth in this episode. However, the Moon Palace coming to Earth did have a catch, as it would weaken its powers, so now Alpha 5 was able to access her databanks, finding once and for all how to stop Rita for good. That's right, somehow Alpha 5 hacks into Rita's palace and finds the schematics on how to defeat her. I don't know why Rita's hiding that, she should have destroyed it. Zordon and Alpha will give the Rangers a golden urn, and with that, they can stop Rita. And with that comes our third change, the final battle of the episode. We would have a big brawl with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, minus Tommy Oliver, who's not here, still not here, taking place in Rita's Moon Palace that had invaded Earth. And after defeating her son Bubba, as well as Lokar with the Ultra Zord, they would bounce into Rita's base, while she cried in agony. Zordon would teleport that golden urn I mentioned earlier, so the Rangers could use it and trap Rita. Real quick though, comment question of the day: if you were a Power Rangers villain, what would your name be? It's interesting, right? Leave that comment down below and push the like button to lock in your answer. 1,500 likes and I'll do more videos. And guess what? We would actually see Zordon talk through the Megazord, which is quite cool because we usually see Zordon in the command center. Zordon would talk to Rita directly, giving her and her evil space aliens one final message: the universe will finally be at peace. The Rangers would cast the spell and send her floating in space. And then after that, the episode kind of ended as you expected it would. The civilians would show back in Angel Grove, Bulk and Skull will have their funny haha moment, Tommy would have his cameo, and the Rangers would save the day once again. But one thing that didn't change between the original final episode and the ultimately aired episode was the Rangers making the decision that, hey, we still want to be Rangers. As the Rangers not retiring would end the season on a good note and open up the possibility for a second season. But at the end of the episode, we would hear Rita's voice saying how she'll eventually have her revenge on the Rangers, maybe also in that second season. And with that, we have the original Doomsday finale episode. So why did it not come out like this? Well, there's one simple reason. Power Rangers became super duper slooper popular. They became popular. Both Fox Kids and Saban were shocked, and they had to find ways to keep it going, even if a finale was already written. The show was good for ratings on Fox Kids, as well as toys for the toy company Bandai. So Fox ordered 20 additional episodes to complete the first season, as well as the season 2, and you know, season 3, the movie, and then almost 30 years of more stuff after that. They would simply alter the Doomsday plot so that the series would continue on after that point. But still, it felt like a finale in some way and left us fans kind of confused on the way it was written for many years until we found these original scripts. After that, Saban would go off to finish using all the possible Zoo Ranger episode footage they could use and turn them into Power Ranger episodes. To which after that, Saban entered an agreement with Toei Company, the creator of the Super Sentai series, to produce all new action scenes and Megazord footage that would be used throughout the remainder of the first season, as well as into the second season in 1994. The fans would later call this footage ZU2, and with that, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers would go on for years to come, as well as the franchise itself. What do you guys think though? What is your opinion on this original Power Rangers finale? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Fuego. I'm also on Instagram, Fuego. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And of course, and as always, stay awesome, everybody.